Get this camera straight. Ooh, I guess that's the results of doing something for an entire calendar year, huh? Let's try to get it all the way straight up there, like something like that right there. Yeah, let's see what we can work with that right there. How that's looking to me. Let me see. How everybody doing this morning? Happy New Year, everybody. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. This is, of course, y'all know where y'all at. This is our bottom line, where we get it in and we do what we do. That's right. Let me see something. It might just be the phone. Yep, that's what it was. It was just the phone. There we go. Hope everybody's good this morning. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Happy New Year, you guys. This is our anniversary show. I can't tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I totally appreciate you. Trump, FBI investigating more than 10 co-conspirators in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Sorry, files. Let's get into it, you guys. Who we got in the building? Let's do some quick morning prayers. Who we got? We got Casey and Casey Ramos. We're praying for health, thanks, and for an entire calendar year of good health, and that we can do it all over again, you guys. That's right. Also, we got Jeffrey Spilker in the building. I see Solo Thug. We got Mark Dorfman, Liberty and Justice, Solo Thug. Okay, I see who's in here. We also want to pray for Sam Champion. Also want to pray for everybody else that is always here. Dot Focus, Kendra Walker, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Batty Lynn. Can't forget about all of our people that's been here since day one. You guys, Timogen also. I hope you guys are ready. Let me check this audio out real quick over here. Because it's our anniversary. Yeah. Let's go, y'all. I'm ready. I hope y'all charged up. How you doing, Liberty and Justice? Thank you for the $20 anniversary Cash App. Everybody, give Liberty and Justice some love. Somebody says she got some of that Bugatti energy this morning. Well, hey, you know what? I love to share the energy and hope you guys get something positive out of it. But we got to get to work, so let's go. How are we about to do this? I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. That's right, y'all, for the anniversary edition. And what we got to do right now is wind it up. Wind it up. Oh, I'm sorry. Wind it up. It's time to wind it up. Excuse me, y'all. One more time. I fixed the mic. Wind it up. And here we go for our anniversary episode. Let's go. Okay. Olay. That's right, y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? We got to get into it. We got to open up those pores. We got to open up those pores. I told you guys y'all can come with some suggestions for the songs as well, right? Because I'm going to need some help soon, you know, because it's not always about me. But we got to open up those pores. For what? January 1st, 2026. We gotta open up those pores. Ladies and gents, turn up your sound system. To the sound of Carlos Santana. And Product GNB. It's the product of Ghetto and Blues from the refugee camp. Oh, Maria, Maria, you remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem, She living a life just like a movie star. Oh, Maria, Maria. I'm trying not to scratch it up, y'all. She fell in love in East LA. What? To the sounds of the guitar. Played by Carlos Santana. Dun 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 dun. Stop the shooting. Y'all know why I'm open, right? Y'all know why we're here, right? Because if pump that D. That's right, y'all. Y'all know what today is. Thursday the 1st, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your boy Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Maria, Maria, you remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem. She living her life just like a movie star. Oh, Maria, Maria. Y'all know why I'm open, right? Y'all know, because first of all, you guys are here. It's our bottom line. We have made a full entire circle around, and yes, we've made it to our anniversary show. Want to give big shout outs to everybody who was here since day one. I could never forget you guys. People like Kendra Walker, Luigi, who else? I'm talking about like people like Liberty and Justice. Can't forget Casey, Kendra Walker, Rebecca, Lon Yin, Bueno. Who else? People that's been out in my Detroit, Batty Lynn. I don't forget about you guys. You guys been here since day one. I appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you guys know that every day I wake up, and the reason why I have this energy is because you give it to me. I don't just get it from nowhere. It doesn't just happen, because I could be walking around sulking, but as soon as it's time to hit that button, I know it's time to get busy. So I want to let you guys know I appreciate you as well, and I could not have made it this far without you. Thank you so much for the 19.99 super chat. I appreciate you. This is our I'm going to say it, anniversary show, you guys. I hope you guys are good. It's time to get it in, because you know what we got to do today, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos. You guys are going to do me a favor. And what we're going to do, we're going to stay on topic, stay on point, so that we can have a good dialogue and a lot to talk about, and make sure that we are on point. You know how we do the show. That's how we've been doing it from day one, and that's how we're going to continue to do it today. That's right, for our anniversary show. We got current events, we got trending topics, my antics, and so much more. We got a lot to stack on the deck this morning. I'm going to be moving kind of fast because I want to keep the energy up, want to keep you guys charged up, and make sure that you guys know this is a great episode, and want to make sure that you guys are having a fantastic brand new year. I hope all of your New Year's resolutions come true. Hit the lotto, go for it, you guys, because guess what? He gave us another one, and I'm going to keep on banging at it as long as he keeps on giving me another chance to wake up. So guess what else I'm going to say? Let's get into these titles. It's time to get to work. I done did enough talking. Let's go. We have Trump. Okay, you're back on the board again. FBI investigates more than 10 co-conspirators in the Jeffrey Epstein files. You already know, you guys, if you guys been here every day, if you've been paying attention, we are peeling that onion back ourselves. And I'm not alleging or blaming anybody, but from the information as well as the research, you guys get an idea of a picture of who these people are, but they're just holding back on certain other ones. We're going to keep on moving forward throughout this show and keep on peeling the layers of that onion back. And thank you for the love, you guys. Thank you so much. Let's keep on moving forward. What else do we have here? We got billionaires weighing in on California over a proposed wealth tax. Yes, they're talking about leaving California because they're adding another wealth tax. And let me ask you a question. it gets to the point where it's like you get penalized because you get rich or because you make it big. I understand that a lot of people are like, hey, but you could help so many people. You're right about that. But just because I'm making money, that means I have to pay all these taxes and all this crazy stuff because I live here. Yep. So what they're doing, they're picking up, packing up and leaving. And they're going over to Miami, believe it or not. Let's keep on moving forward. Last but not least, we've got a power grab that's going on with Kathy Hochul, who's being called out for her policies. As you guys know, President Trump has enacted there's no tax on tips, certain other wages that will not be taxed. Well, guess what? Kathy Hochul in the state of New York has implemented taxes to make sure that those taxes are implemented. So people that think that they're going to get no taxes on tips in New York, nope, you're going to get taxed because of who? The woman that you elected. Without any further ado, you guys, it's time to get to work. We got to get it going this morning. As you know, we're coming out of a holiday weekend. We don't got much from the president, but you know, your boy Bugatti squeezed as much as he could out of the information. So we got to get what we can this morning. Let's see where we're going with this. We got Trump, as he says, U.S. hit the docks in Venezuela, marking the first known land attack. We're going to keep on moving forward after that. We got much more going. Hope you guys are ready, because guess what? It's time to get into it. Let's get to work, you guys. Let me get you guys some news. Hope you guys got your coffee, your tea, your water, and fire up that. Y'all already know what it is. Let's go.
This morning, the U.S. military releasing video of the latest strike on a suspected drug trafficking boat, this time in the Eastern Pacific. Officials say 2 narco-terrorists were killed. It's the 30th U.S. strike of its kind at sea in recent months, but now word of what appears to be the first land attack of this campaign. President Trump saying the U.S. hit a dock in Venezuela, but not saying exactly who carried out the attack.
Did the military do that? I can't share it because...
Well, it doesn't matter, but there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area.
The president was asked if the facility was taken out by the military or a separate entity like the CIA.
I know exactly who it was, but I don't want to say who it was. But you know, it was along the shore.
President Trump, back in October, confirmed he had authorized the CIA to carry out covert action in Venezuela. The president was pressed about that strike as he met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump promising to rebuild Gaza quickly, but only if Hamas disarms.
They're going to be given a very short period of time to disarm, but if they don't disarm, as they agreed to do, they agreed to it, and then they'll be held to pay for them. And we don't want that.
The president pushing back on questions about
Netanyahu
stalling.
Israel's lived up to the plan, 100%.
Israel says it will not withdraw more troops from Gaza until Hamas disarms.
Now they're talking about going over to this other situation because Trump and the administration is talking about what? Getting at all of the Somalians, and by doing it, by shutting down the entire situation. Trump ensures that he definitely wants to revoke citizenships as well from the Somalians that committed the frauds. So whoever committed these actual frauds, they're focusing on these people now. Let's keep on moving forward.
And Trump pushing for peace, hosting Ukraine's President Zelensky and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu at separate meetings at Mar-a-Lago this week. In Israel, Trump wants to move into phase 2 of his peace plan, despite Israeli troops.
Sorry about that, guys. It's right here.
Not afraid to use denaturalization. That's a tool at the president and the Secretary of State's disposal, and it's one this administration has previously used before.
The White House is looking to denaturalize Somali citizens engaged in alleged fraud in Minnesota. The Department of Health and Human Services announced that all child care payments to Minnesota have been frozen in response to the widespread fraud.
So all payments, child care payments, have all been frozen. That has to go to Minnesota. And they're talking about revoking citizenships to Somalians who have been caught in these frauds.
Allegations under federal investigation. The move taken by HHS concerns Somali-run daycare centers that are allegedly benefiting from government payments issued by the administration for children and families. HHS Deputy Secretary Jim O'Neill and ACF Assistant Secretary Alex Adams said they took 3 direct actions to combat the alleged child care fraud.
I've activated our Defend the Spend system for all ACF child care payments across America. Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment.
HHS demanded Governor Tim Walz provide a comprehensive audit of the daycare centers. O'Neill said the audit will include attendance records, licenses, complaints, investigations, and inspections. Thirdly, HHS launched a dedicated hotline and email address to report suspected child care fraud. O'Neill said the frozen funds will be released, quote, when states prove they are being spent legitimately.
So they basically got a snitch line for people that's trying to give up information on this stuff, because this is the only way, tip line, I'm sorry. This is the only way that they've been able to find this information out throughout the entire course of this theft and this money grabs that they've been having going on in Minnesota. I still got more that has to do with this, you guys. We got to keep on moving forward. I'm going to keep on stacking this deck for you, because I think this is the nonsense right here that I wanted to talk about. Some more nonsense. I don't know why she wants to run her mouth. Let me tell you something. When it comes down to racial stuff, political, and let's say religion, I try to stay on a fine line. As you guys been watching me for this year, I try not to get too much into the religion, because it's a very personal part. It's already hard to do politics. You already see how I got to take the hits for that. And then when it comes down to other parts of things, I try to really be careful about picking my battles, because I don't want to have to deal with it. Now, even though I could, I just don't need all of that. But right now, Karen Bass has decided to open her mouth and put her foot in it. Check this out, you guys. Right now, Mayor Karen Bass is being ripped for criticizing Hispanic border agents. Check this out. Let's go.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass facing backlash after she lamented the historic number of Latinos joining the Border Patrol. According to DHS, over half of the agents serving on the southern border are Hispanic.
Well, in a way, I think it's sad. I think that those Border Patrol agents are going to have a difficult time when they're out in the field and they see what actually happens in real life, separate from their training. But I do understand that their primary incentive is financial.
National Border Patrol Council President Paul Perez joins us now. Paul, happy New Year's Eve. Strong words coming from Karen Bass. Your reaction?
Thanks for having me, Griff, and Happy New Year's. So,
hey, Mr. Perez, what do you got to say about that?
Look, we put out a statement because Karen Bass, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like you said, I've been doing this job almost 29 years, and we've got a great Border Patrol, whether the majority are Hispanic, white, black, Asian. It doesn't matter. We're all Border Patrol agents. We all want to do the job. And what she should concentrate on, what is sad, is her having a sanctuary city and not allowing the LAPD to assist Border Patrol or ICE. There are so many criminals in Los Angeles that we could be going after. Criminal cartel members, gang members, criminal aliens that are just there because of the sanctuary cities that are put in place by people like Karen Bass. So that's what's sad. That's what she needs to worry about.
Paul, it seems to me that what she should be saying is thank you to Border Patrol for removing drug traffickers, rapists, murderers, and violent illegal alien criminals. And yet here she is blasting Hispanics. Talk to me about specifically, because I've spent a lot of time with some amazing Hispanic Border Patrol agents on the border trying to secure it. Talk to me about the pride they feel in the job they do.
Well, you know, it's something like what Karen Bass said. It really upsets us because, again, a lot of our Border Patrol agents, like you said, are Hispanic. A lot of them are from the southwest border. The areas they patrol are the areas that they grew up in. And so they're proud to do the job. They're happy about being able to secure this country. And they have a higher calling, which is protecting America. They know that when they signed up to do this job, they knew exactly what it was going to entail. And they've never stopped.
I think that's true right there, because they're getting a lot of pushback, even though whatever, they're still getting a lot of pushback. They may be getting a certain amount of decent pay, which people may think that is, but it's really not when it comes down to all of the stress and all of the crap that they have to go through. They must be some part of pride and sense of American pride in what they're doing. Because if I was just doing that job, I would feel that way. Because it's not always about the money. When you get people that are doing things to kids and D-rugs and all of these crazy things up off the streets, that would be a pride of ownership of doing something like that. So it's not just all about the money. Mrs. Green, whatever your name is, Miss Bass. Yeah, Miss Bass, I'm sorry. I thought we was talking about Marjorie Taylor for a second. Let's get on over to Kathy Joku Hoku. Oh my God. How did she find a way to take the money back, you guys? No tax on tips. Oh yeah, Kathy Joku Hoku, she got another plan for you guys. And I hope you're happy because she's about to be re-elected again. So all of you people that have elected her, you got another chance to elect her again. And I'm already going to tell you, Costanza effect, they're going to elect her again, you guys. I guarantee you. But yeah, she's doing a lot of stuff that's actually hurting the hardworking people. I don't agree with this at all.
While most Americans who were paid in tips or paid overtime are going to get a break on their taxes this year, the Scrooges of several blue states are not extending that courtesy. New York Governor Kathy Hochul has been joined by blue Scrooges and other Democrat states in not extending President Trump's no tax on tips, on overtime, Social Security benefits, new car buyers, etc., on their state income taxes. All the while, they're preaching about affordability for the middle class. Joining us now is New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney and Texas Congresswoman Beth Van Dyne. Ladies,
You think that's cap? I heard you. I see you in the comments. Watch. It's not cap. No cap. Take the cap off.
Wonderful to see you again. Thank you so much for being here. Congressman Van Dyne, I don't know about Texas, but I can tell you in New York, there aren't a lot of rich folks who take overtime pay, or not a lot of rich folks who get their pay in tips, or who are on Social Security. That's mostly for the middle class. They, forgive my expression, but they are screwing the middle class, not the rich, on this, aren't they?
No, you're absolutely right. All the people they claim that they represent, that they want more for, they absolutely don't. At the end of the day, they are looking at people whose money, whose hard-earned labor is their own, and again, they're saying, you know what? No, it belongs to the government.
So they're working to block the working class tax cuts. They're working to block that right now.
And we're going to decide how it gets spent. New York is one of the worst states, and Claudia knows this. New York is one of the worst run by local and state representatives that it gets. They have all sorts of programs that they spend billions and billions of dollars of hard-earned taxpayer dollars on that shouldn't be spent. They waste it. And Kathy Hochul, this is a power grab for her. They're basically going to be paying for programs, basically paying people to be able to vote for them, to keep them on. To keep them on the dole. It is not the best thing for taxpayers whatsoever.
How many votes do you need to run for office? How many votes do you need to run for office? Let's say for like mayor or governor, because this is starting to piss me off. Let's get on over to New York/Brooklyn, where video shows New York subway riders getting stuck in these new saloon-style doors that Kathy Joku Hoku had a big role in putting in. Let me try to calm myself down a little bit, because even though the little kid got his head stuck in there, I'm not going to go crazy right now. Yep, you guys heard what I said. I wanted to let them say it, but I'm going to, the new saloon-style doors, because they're so worried about people hopping the train. They're not worried about tax on tips, you guys. The people that's probably hopping the trains, guess what, Kathy Hochul? You took their damn tips. You took their tip money. They got no other choice but to hop the train when it's $3. And then you want to put these stupid saloon-style doors in there and you get kids' heads stuck in there? They need to sue you. Let's keep on going. Ooh, y'all know I get turned up when it's about her.
Some subway riders say a new gate system designed to reduce fare evasion is causing chaos, confusion, and even raising safety concerns. Addie Guajardo has the story.
A new fare gate at the Broadway and Lafayette subway station now sounds like a fire station, and it's sending New York City riders into a tapping frenzy.
It's pretty chaotic.
At time, leaving riders flushed with fear.
Look, she
Our
got
camera
caught.
captured a woman with her head pinched between the gates. Less than an hour later, a toddler's head was trapped between the plastic doors, and the father jumped into action. The mother described the moment as scary.
Elian, ¿cómo te sientes?
The child said he was okay. This isn't the first time this has happened
It's
since the
messed up,
modern
man.
Fairgate pilot program rolled out on December 19th. Police say this week 2 other children got stuck at the gate and 1 was taken to the hospital.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys one word. You're probably gonna get mad when I say this. It's called a center punch. Yeah, you put it on the end of the glass, whole thing shatters. My baby head in there, yeah. Let's shatter that glass and get them up out of there. I'm not waiting for it to open, or I'm just gonna try to pull that thing back. But the bad thing about it is you got your kid's head in there. I'm just so happy that nothing happened to that kid's head right there. That is ridiculous right there. And I hope they happy about all this. Yeah, you're gonna get this thing worked out after a while, so people will start paying $3 to get on the train. They're trying to keep the people out that hop or whatever. That don't mean that they're not gonna climb over or find another way to get on. Trust me, where there's a will, there's a way. Let's keep on going.
We reached out to the MTA for a comment on the child transported to the hospital. They released a statement reading in part, "As we evaluate their performance, we're learning more every day about how to design modern, effective fare gates for New York City." This is one of 3 modern gates being tested at several stations to help improve fare compliance, system accessibility, and passenger flow. If you've ever ridden the New York City subway, you'd simply tap and go, but many here say they have to tap and wait.
Like, I just want to tap and go, but it seems like it's slowing everyone down.
We witnessed several riders skip out on paying in plain sight of MTA employees and police. While some are wary of the new system, others are excited for the technology.
Just easy to get through, fast, efficient. It was just very good.
I ain't gonna lie, I like it better than the turnstile because it's hard to hop when you're using a turnstile. It gets in your way, especially when you got nards. So it's gonna be a little better. All you gotta do is this now, you know what I'm saying? We already figured it out. Stop, I'm just playing with you guys. I said when you got nards. Let's keep on moving forward because this story we about to show is not funny. This driver crashes her car and lands in the backyard pool. It's later discovered that she was driving under the influence. Now she's flying. You don't even see nothing, right? All you know is the car come out of nowhere, boom, hit this concrete brick gate, and the pieces make it flip over into the backyard on top of its head. She flies out of the car right into the pool like this. Like she been there doing the backsplash. Nothing wrong with her at all. Just land right in the pool. Check this out. Something about drunk people is always the people that they driving with, and it's never them that gets hurt.
This isn't AI or an action movie. That really is a car going airborne and landing in a backyard. The female driver was thrown from the car into the pool, but the real miracle is the homeowner who narrowly missed being hit by that flying car. He spoke with Jim Murray.
Something astonishing is about to happen. A car goes flying into the backyard. Look, the car's driver is flung out of the vehicle and...
So she's literally in the water floating on her back. She could have been on her face. She could have drizzled out. No, she literally on her back just chilling.
Lands in the pool.
I thought like an asteroid hit the backyard.
Homeowner Cletus Reed was about to relax in his hot tub outside Las Vegas just moments before the crash. But he went back into his house to talk to his wife first. Seconds after he stepped away, that's when disaster struck. In slow motion, you can see the car flipping over.
Are you okay?
Reed wades in to help.
She was drowning, sucking water in.
One neighbor climbs through the hole to help.
We gotta get out of the water.
He and the homeowner pull the driver out of the water. They also check if anyone else is in the car.
We're looking.
The female driver, who cops say was DUI, is covered in a blanket.
Hey, Cletus, go in the house and get a towel for her, Cletus. Now you know that had to be somewhere down south, right? Where his name is Cletus, right? They don't name anybody in New York or Los Angeles named Cletus unless he's a hybrid moved from somewhere else, right? Or a transplant.
A crane was needed to haul the car out of the backyard.
Wow.
So how close were you to getting into that jacuzzi yourself? Because it looks like you could have lost your life.
Yeah, I'm so blessed and lucky that I didn't die.
The driver was issued a misdemeanor citation instead of being arrested for driving under the influence because she's in the hospital.
What? No. What? A misdemeanor? And she done tore down this man's backyard and all sorts of craziness going on. I'm gonna tell you one thing: Geico will not honor that claim right there. They're gonna send the people out and be like, "Now, what was you doing?" Oh, and they got a report that you was. Oh yeah, you got a problem, boo. Let's keep on moving forward because now, guess what, you guys? You knew what was going on at the Kennedy Center, right? With the name of Trump added on top of John F. Kennedy's name. Well, guess what? Due to that, there's more artists that's pulling out of the Kennedy Center shows after Trump's name change. I knew it wasn't just going to be one or two people. It's really affecting a lot of people, and I don't approve of it as well. Yep, got to be honest with you. I just don't. I think it should be left alone, but hey, let him do what he want to do. Let's keep on moving forward.
Tomorrow night, the New Year's Eve countdown in the Trump Kennedy Center will sound differently than originally planned. The Cookers, a jazz group scheduled to perform 2 New Year's Eve performances, has canceled. While the group did not give details behind the decision, one band member, Billy Harper, shared in a Facebook interview, quote, "I would never even consider performing in a venue bearing a name and being controlled by the kind of board that represents overt racism and deliberate destruction of African-American music and culture." A New York-based dance company, Doug Verone and the Dancers, is also canceling 2 shows in April, a decision that the head of the company told the New York Times was, quote, "financially devastating but morally exhilarating." It joins the likes of several stars, including those involved with the Broadway musical Hamilton, canceling performances. We're back here at the table. Collinson, I think the thing that I get stuck on with this is...
Nope, don't even need to do that. Just wanted the people to see what was going on. You're taking too long to get to what you got to get to. I just want to know the opinions of the people. I asked you guys this question the other day. Not too many people have an opinion on it. Do you agree with Trump adding his name to the Kennedy Center? Yes or no? If you agree, thumbs up. If you do not agree, thumbs down. Thumbs up if you agree with the name addition. Thumbs down if you do not agree to Trump's name being added to the Kennedy Center. One other thing that I wanted to say is I did a little bit of homework, and they're saying that the Kennedy family and no one really went there to support the center, to try to help it out, to try to get monetary for it when it comes down to, what are they saying, like donations and things like that to support the Kennedy Center until Trump stepped in. That's what I found out in a little bit of research of what people are saying. Also, the family's not too happy about the name addition. That's another thing that I'll say. Let's get on over to Minnesota, because CNN is spinning this little Minnesota fraud situation, and DHS is definitely moving in, and they've got video footage of something that you guys won't believe. I want you guys to pay attention to this parking lot right here, because what you're about to see is allegedly Somalian parents that are driving up and pulling their children up to a daycare center that they're supposed to be dropping them off at. The only difference is all they're really doing is signing them in and taking them right back home. Check this out, you guys. We got some information from some research that we did. Let's go.
What looked like routine daycare drop-offs may have been something very different. Unearthed surveillance video is now resurfacing amid a widening federal probe into alleged daycare fraud in Minnesota. The footage, dating back years, is raising new questions about who knew and who participated. And as investigators move in, the political fallout is only growing louder. The video, released by Fox News, comes from a 2018 local investigation in Hennepin County. Shot on a daycare surveillance camera, it shows parents signing children in, then leaving with them minutes later. According to prosecutors at the time, those sign-ins were allegedly used to trigger government reimbursements for services never provided. Court records and reporting describe a pattern stretching back to at least 2015. Providers allegedly billed public programs for full days of childcare.
So that's 10 years when they say 2015 that this alleged fraud started.
Even when children were absent. In some cases, investigators said surveillance showed no families arriving at all, yet claims were still submitted. Another clip aired by Fox News appears to show an envelope being handed to a parent. Authorities allege this was a kickback, payment for participation in the scheme. At the time, the case was handled at the county level. Now, similar patterns are under federal scrutiny. The old footage resurfaced just as a new viral video reignited the controversy. Posted by active...
Yeah, we gave him his credit the other day. We always give Nick Shirley his credit. This is a 23-year-old who broke this entire story, you guys. And you got Congress and people like, how come a 23-year-old can find out more stuff than Tampon Tim? Yes, Nick Shirley, he's the one that found with that daycare sign that said Leering Center instead of Learning Center. That's his show, the Nick Shirley Show.
Activist Nick Shirley. It shows visits to multiple Minnesota child care centers that appeared largely inactive, despite records showing millions in public funding.
My question is, where'd the money really go? Where'd the money go besides back to Somalia and something like that? Because I know that certain people, I'm not gonna put no names on it, but yeah, when you get those calls, yeah, I'm from Nigeria, we already know what it is. They're really good at moving money around. That's just one thing I want to say. So how come one person that's just got finished doing a financial disclosure under scrutiny as this person's net worth has skyrocketed to $6 million? You know who I'm talking about, right? That's right, none other than Ilhan Omar and her husband. Their net worth now has skyrocketed.
Representative Ilhan Omar has accused members of the media of lying about her net worth by misrepresenting congressional records.
Allegedly.
But Omar failed to follow congressional norms by not disclosing the value of her assets and potentially underrepresenting her husband's investment positions. Her financial disclosure forms suggest she and her husband are worth at least $6 million and as much as $30 million, which has raised eyebrows because the couple said they were worth a maximum of $158,000 2 years ago.
So you went from $158,000 to the $6 million couple. Okay.
Omar's most recent financial disclosures show that her husband has an ownership stake in a winery worth between $1 million and $5 million, as well as a stake in a venture capital firm valued at $5 million and $25 million. Media organizations have used this filing to produce reports claiming that Omar is worth up to $30 million, an assertion the Congresswoman flatly denies. A senior staffer from Omar's office previously told the Washington Examiner that the values on her disclosure forms reflected the full value of the businesses rather than the value of her husband's individual shares in them.
Okay, so they got businesses. I wonder if they're going to be doing any cross-referencing the businesses to see if any, you know what I'm saying, right? Hey, let's see if any of these shell companies was able to get some of that money to go over there, or maybe some of the situations that she's in. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because the onion is continuing to peel back. A little bit more with Tim Walz as he fires back at Trump and the team as they freeze the Minnesota child care funding. Because you know that had to come from the administration in order for it to make it effective, right? So yeah, they did it. It's done.
Meantime, the Trump administration freezing child care payments to Minnesota as federal authorities dig deeper to root out fraud in the state.
But Democratic Governor Tim Walz is hitting back, saying the president is politicizing the issue.
Yeah, David Smuts joins us live from Washington, D.C. He's got the latest. David?
Hi, good morning, Joey, Tommy, and Griff. A top Health and Human Services official here in D.C. says, quote, "We have turned off the money spigot and we are finding the fraud," end quote. Here's Deputy HHS Secretary Jim O'Neill.
Oh, so when you turn off the spigot...
I've activated our Defend the Spend system
makes sense.
for all ACF child care payments across America. We're committed to holding bad actors accountable. Regardless of rank or office, anyone who's involved in perpetrating this fraud against the American people should expect to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Now, the allegations continue to pile on in the Trump administration, hitting the state of Minnesota in several ways. First, from a law enforcement perspective, you see Homeland Security investigators there on the ground.
So basically, they going into all of those little food stores, those little supermarkets that was acting like they was selling all of these goods. Okay, good. You guys were selling all of those goods. You mind if we look at your books? Let us see some of those invoices from all of that stuff that you actually purchased. The reason why we gave you guys all that money for the food stamps and those SNAP benefits that you guys got. Because they said that, you guys did the research with me a few days ago. They said a few of those businesses were only had enough stuff in there for maybe about 1 or 2 families. They go into the store, they didn't even have shopping carts. They didn't even have enough food in there to take care of like small groups of people. But they were sending in $300,000, $100,000 worth of SNAP receipts in order to get their money back. So I guess that's why they're on the ground right now. They want to see those actual stores, all of those receipts and everything. It's hot out there now. In Minneapolis, it's getting hot out there. Yeah.
In Minnesota yesterday and the day before, and they will continue probing.
They're knocking doors, they're going to local businesses, they're going to these sites where we believe that there is rampant fraud, whether it be daycare centers, healthcare centers, or other organizations that take taxpayer dollars.
And perhaps, guys, the catalyst for the investigation is this place exposed by a social media watchdog named Nick Shirley, who investigated. He says this place received state funding, but was not operating as an active daycare center. It was empty, and it actually had the word learning spelled wrong. The owner had to actually correct it, as you see right there, and put up the correct spelling. Governor Tim Walz responding to the overall controversy about the funding, saying this is Trump's long game. We've spent years cracking down on fraudsters. It's a serious issue, but this has been his plan all along.
I want to see where some more of this money went. I want to see if any more campaign donations, because you already heard about them giving the money back from the campaign donations, right? And how the hell are you going to teach somebody how to spell if you can't spell learning? That's the first thing you need to learn after the ABCs. Are the name of our place is the Quality Learning Center. Okay, well, nobody spell check this sign? Because I'd be damned if that don't say leering. What, you gonna be doing this in there? Or y'all come in there to do this, find a quality way to do this? To leer at people? I think that's the way you spell leering, to just stare at somebody almost like you're looking at them in a specific manner. So when the people walk in, everybody gonna start doing this. So you're teaching them how to leer instead of learn. Let me keep on moving forward, you guys. Oh my God, I would have caught that so far long ago. You guys always get me with spell checks. I have to look at these things up here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times before I put them up. Let's keep on moving forward because this is nuts. We got Trump as he hosts the New Year's Eve bash at Mar-a-Lago. That's right. There was one lady who drew a painting of Christ that sold for $2.75 million. Man, I could do a painting, but I don't know if it's going to come out that good. My painting might not go for $2.75 million, though.
President, do you have a New Year's resolution?
I have. Peace on earth.
His New Year's resolution was peace on earth.
On the ground in Ukraine, is that true?
Thank you.
It's entertainment, but really what it is now. She's one of the greatest artists anywhere in the world. Vanessa, would you please come up? Thank you. Thank you.
I know people are like, what the hell? What is this about, right? What's going on here? What's going on here? Well, guys, she's actually painting the portrait right in front of them. So you got Trump there next to Kristi Noem, you know, a couple other people. Got to be honest, it's a pretty painting.
And I'll start at $100,000, okay?
It was a nice painting.
And honestly, just, you know, I actually think it's worth much more than that. $2,750,000. Who is it? Oh, I know who that guy is. He's got plenty of cash. Vanessa, you don't want to know about some of these guys. $2,750,000. Do I hear a $3 million?
Yeah.
Do I hear $3 million?
Imagine that. You draw a painting right there in front of them, and Trump is the negotiator saying, okay, we all started off with $100,000, and they wound up doing what? $2.75 million for that painting. Woo! Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. If y'all appreciate the content on this New Year's Eve, our one around for a year, our bottom line's 1 year anniversary, do your boy a favor and double tap that screen and give me all the money in your pockets, and I'm not pulling back today. No hard out here for a pimp. Give me some damn money. Give it up right now. Give me all the money you got in your pockets. Also, let's get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. You guys are getting good content. You know how we do. We do good research, and we try to make sure that we're bringing you guys great content. A little different this morning. We're having a little bit of social hangouts. We're showing you guys back behind the scenes. Not only that, but like some other stuff besides just all the hard news. But yeah, we still got to get into it. So let's get into work right now, because we got to go on over to Massachusetts, because Cardi B's boyfriend, that's right, Stephon Diggs, he's got an assault allegations following this money dispute by his chef. Check it out, you guys. Let's get into it, you guys. I know you knew I had this story. Let's get into it.
Welcome back. Well, New England's Patriots star Stephon Diggs says he is not guilty. This after being charged with strangulation and assault. So police say these charges follow an incident from earlier this month. He's expected in court next month, just days before the AFC Championship game. NewsNation's Ryan Bass joins us now. So Ryan, what do we know about this incident? Also, the charges he's facing now.
So, Kelly, we know that this incident took place earlier this month, according to police report, at Diggs' Massachusetts home. His former private chef is accusing Diggs of basically physically assaulting her, and that resulted in felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault charges, allegations that the Patriots receiver denies through his attorney. But we are getting a clearer picture of the timeline of what went down here. According to police, Diggs' former private chef says this all escalated after text messages about back pay and money she was owed. She alleges that he slapped her, put his arm around her neck, making it hard to breathe before letting go and throwing her onto the bed. Now, investigators say this alleged incident happened December 2nd at Diggs' home. About a week later, the woman returned for her belongings and claimed she was told she needed to sign an NDA if she wanted to get paid. She reported it to police, but initially declined to press charges, then changed her mind last week, leading to formal charges yesterday. Now, the NFL says it's monitoring the situation. As for the New England Patriots, in a statement, they said that Diggs told them and he denied the allegations and that they, quote, support Stephon. Now, Diggs' attorney says that these allegations are unsubstantiated and that he looks forward to his name being cleared in court.
So she's basically saying that he owes her back pay. She probably went there to try to get her stuff, and he was like, look, I'll give you your money, but you're going to have to sign this non-disclosure agreement because I don't want none of this stuff getting out. She's like, I'm not signing that. Well, you're not getting your stuff. Probably waited a couple of days, got mad. You know what? I'm going to just drop the bomb on him. And now it is what it is. Probably should have let her get her stuff and just get it taken care of. Or you know what? I'll pay you, sign the NDA, get your stuff out of here, and you're good. But nope, didn't happen. We got to keep on moving forward. But yes, we're going to follow up on that story to see what the onion shows us after we keep peeling those layers back, you guys. If you appreciate the content, let's double tap that like button and get those numbers up right there. Double tap that screen and get those like numbers up. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting on? Become a member. It's the #1 show on YouTube from 6 o'clock until we're done. And the #1 co-host and chat on YouTube at the same time. Let's get on over to California, where this farming tycoon that we're following up with a story from yesterday finally appears in the Arizona court. He's charged with the murder of his wife. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, with the Mills murder of his wife.
Murder case that has rocked two communities, El Centro, California, outside of San Diego, and Pine Top, Arizona, the place where Carrie Abadi grew up. Michael and Carrie were in the midst of a contentious divorce. Michael living in California, Carrie in Arizona. The wealthy SoCal farmer became the Navajo County Sheriff's Office's investigative focus after Carrie was found shot to death in her Pine Top home just before Thanksgiving.
People often compare it to peeling an onion or starting in the center and just peeling back layers, looking at identifying who our victim is, identifying her family, identifying people within her circle, within her circle.
After the execution of search warrants on Michael's properties, prosecutors secured a grand jury indictment charging Michael with her murder.
It's hard on our community. I'm sure it's hard on the Abadi families. I can't imagine being in their position.
In court Wednesday, the prominent landowner did not speak during an argument over whether his $5 million bond would be increased. He sat through emotional letters from his two daughters as they were read aloud. Following those, the prosecutor said, quote, "This is his own children. You have the defendant's own children saying they do not feel safe. They feel they are going to be harmed." Michael's Southern California defense attorney Owen Roth pushed back, saying, quote, "The idea we have a serial predator on our hands who's going to be out there haunting other family members is completely belied by reality. Throughout his life, he's been a civic leader in the community, charitable works, supportive of the local law enforcement community, supportive of political activity. He is a leading figure in the farming community there. He has absolutely no prior criminal history to speak of, literally none." In court, prosecutors gave more detail on the crime, saying, quote, "The evidence shows the defendant drove from California over 6.5 hours to Pine Top, shot his soon-to-be ex-wife through their kitchen window from outside, and then drove back to California. So as far as premeditation, a 6.5-hour drive, you have time to think about what you are going to do." The defense argued for his $5 million bond to stay the same. Owen Roth saying, quote, "My client is very sick. He has a failing liver. He has to go see UCSD doctors multiple times a week for his liver and for his overall health."
Well, he should have thought about that before he did what he did, and that's going to be a hard one right there. For medical, they may have to comply for some of that stuff, but not for everything. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's crazy right there. The kids and everything involved in that situation, from what we found out yesterday to what we're finding out now, I think it's kind of like an open and shut, simple situation, you guys, where he was peed off that they were getting a divorce and he was going to have to shell out a lot of that moolah to his wife, his ex-wife. Let's keep on going, you guys. Sad, terrible story. Do want to pray for the wife that lost her life in this tragic event, as well as the children who are having to go through this terrible situation and the anguish and the stress of losing their mom. Amen, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. Where we going to Maine? Because, yeah, what we got? We got this. We're not doing that one. We got that up out of there. We got this billionaire, Wang, leaving California. Tripled wealth tax morning in America. Yeah, let's get on over to the billionaires. The stuff that the billionaires are talking about doing. They're weighing their options on California because, again, they're being taxed again. And I understand a lot of people say, hey, they got the money, so tax them. I get it. But when people actually get taxed a lot, especially in a specific place, it makes you want to say, you know what, I'm getting out of here. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson said it himself. He said, you know what, it feels more like New York is my business partner more than me being able to do business here. It's almost like you're paying 50-50 to live here. It's crazy. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
Backlash is brewing in California over a proposed bill that would tax the ultra rich, with some reportedly ready to move their businesses and their money across the country to Florida. So that is where we find News Nation's Ryan Bass. Ryan, good morning. What would this bill mean for California, and why Florida? Why is that the destination of choice?
So, Kelly, Florida checks a lot of boxes for the ultra wealthy here in the state. Of course, there's no state income taxes. That's certainly a big one. There's clear residency rules, and there's a growing tech scene that's coming here to the Sunshine State as well. If this bill becomes a law, state analysts out of California say that they could lose hundreds of millions of dollars a year in tax revenue. It could lead to job losses, investment loss.
I get what people are saying. Again, they make the money, but you only can push but so much. You're only going to be able to push people but so much. And this will be the recourse of them pushing people too much, is what I'm talking about. Like, oh, Bugatti, hell with it. Let them do that. Let them go ahead and get... Yeah, but look at what they're looking at as an alternative, taking all of that other money and leaving. So you're not even going to... Now you're going to lose the money you're already getting because you're forcing more money out of these people.
Losses and innovation tied to its tech economy as well, which we know is huge with Silicon Valley in California. The 2026 Billionaire Tax Act is backed by a healthcare labor union
Matthew.
and would impose a
Happy
one-time
New Year.
wealth tax, including on money tied up in stocks or private companies, on anyone considered a California resident on January 1, 2026, even if voters approve this later. Supporters say it could raise up to $100 billion for healthcare, food assistance, and education.
Now weigh that against what you could be possibly losing and what you already getting and see if it makes any sense. See if it makes any sense, or at least do a poll. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, and happy New Year and happy anniversary to you guys on the show as well. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We're still working our way up to 70K, right? That's right, you guys. Working our way back to you, babe. Cause we're trying to get 70K. We'll be working our way back to you, babe. Who's that? Tyson, thank you so much more for the $5 super chat. Thank you for taking the time to give us this news. But guess what, Tyson? I got more. I can't stop. I'm addicted. Let's go. We got to get on over to the truth as it unfolds. And these cameras could build trust in the Tyler Kirk murder case. And I shouldn't have said that word, but I'm going to say it anyway. Tyler Kirk situation. Robin, what's his name? Tyler Kirk. And we're talking about, what's his name? Tyler Robinson. Let's go ahead and get into it, you guys.
So a judge in the case for the Charlie Kirk murder suspect ruling to release a transcript from the earlier hearing that was sealed into now. And it could be a sign of what to expect for a decision on whether cameras will be allowed in court. Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett joins us now. Greg, I will say it is interesting. I've never heard of a request for the transcript in closed court to be released for the public. Is this a sign that more transparency is going to come in this case?
Yeah, I think so, Lawrence, and it's a great point. Look, under federal and state law, the media does have a right to access. Yeah. And although the defense has urged the judge to ban cameras from the courtroom, and they'll continue to argue that, it appears that the judge, Tony Graff, is on the path to allowing televised coverage, and for pretty good reason. I mean, if people are to have trust in our justice system, they have to be able to see it with their own eyes. And that's why our framers did away with the so-called secret star chambers, where the public never knew if the process was fair. Often it was not because of that. So they embedded the right to a public trial in the Sixth Amendment to the Constitution. What does that mean today, where an entire nation is interested in this case? The audience should not be limited to a small number of people who can squeeze into the courtroom. And thanks to cameras and instantaneous transmission, trials can be accessible to everybody. And the truth that unfolds in a courtroom does counteract misinformation and the many conspiracy theories that have tended to proliferate here.
Also, I want to make it note that a lot of people that are in the comments on not only this show, but when we have other little snippets and little, what are those things that we put up sometimes? We put up the little shorts and we have little things about the topics. We have a lot of people in the comments that are basically saying that they do not have the right man. I want to make sure that you guys get acknowledged for what you have to say about that as well. A lot of people feel, and you can go to the comments on several ones of our shorts that have to do with Charlie Kirk or Tyler Robinson. There are many people that feel like Tyler Robinson is the wrong man. I just had to say it for those people, because there's more than one opinion that I want to make sure is getting said here and getting acknowledged. Let's get on over to Las Vegas, because you guys ain't gonna believe this one. I'm talking about, we about to get into some crazy cuckoo stuff that we normally find, and I don't know how I be finding this stuff. What's going on with your boy Bugatti's, the algorithm? They just be sending all this stuff to my YouTube channel at this point. But yeah, we got a situation that went down over gravy. I'm talking about, yes, I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about jewelry. I'm not talking about anything else. But when people don't get some gravy, they actually act a little crazy. And I can see people acting crazy if they're hungry. You know, they say a Snickers really satisfies, but over some gravy, yeah, truth unfolds. I'm telling you about this one right here. In Las Vegas, we got a dispute over gravy that leads to a customer getting stills nabbed. Like, yo, you ain't got that gravy? You ain't put that gravy in. I'm talking about he went out, he took that gravy situation a different way, went and got back up and everything. Yes, you guys see it. It's the KFC situation. Check this out.
And a fight over gravy turning into a stabbing on a North Las Vegas KFC. And 8 News Now reporter James Schaefer telling us who was charged and if it was really over a fast food order.
A KFC worker ran alongside a North Las Vegas patrol car attempting to get their attention while just inside, their co-worker suffering from a stab wound, allegedly over gravy. The Saturday scene at Craig Road in Martin Luther King. Police investigating reports of a stabbing, detaining 4 people, and recovering a knife. Police say it was around 4 p.m. a KFC customer identified as 32-year-old Gerald Carter left with his meal but became frustrated with something inside his to-go order, returning to the fast food restaurant. A North Las Vegas arrest report indicating Carter became upset about his KFC gravy and said he wanted to speak with the manager. Carter walked to a nearby McDonald's and returned a second time to the...
He went to McDonald's to try to get some gravy. They said, we ain't got no gravy over here. He said, all right, I'm going back over to KFC. This fool went crazy over some gravy. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Monkey Brain 213. Keep up the classy work, sir. Shout out from Chi-Town. What's up, Chi-Town? Y'all in the clip today. Y'all in the queue. Stick around. Let's keep on going.
KFC asking for a phone number to complain to. He then returned a third time, this time with his uncle, and began to argue at the counter with employees, allegedly, who were insulting him. According to security camera footage, the fight boiling over as Carter got behind the counter and stabbed an employee, punching and wrestling by the drive-thru window, holding them in a severe chokehold. Carter then allegedly knocked out the employee and left until he and his uncle were detained by police. Now, according to the report, Carter said he did get into a fight but denied that he stabbed anyone. Police did find a folding knife in his pocket. He is being held on a $100,000 bail on 1 count of attempted murder with a deadly weapon. Reporting from North Las Vegas.
Jesus, come on, man. Gravy? You serious? Over some gravy. Y'all talking about gravy. We're talking about gravy here. Oh man, I can't believe it. People going, I told you guys months ago, you could just make something up. Somebody go and get in a fight over some gravy. And then wait, or do the Google. Recent events show someone had a fight over gravy. It's like you could come up with anything at this point. Like, what's going on out here? Yes, look at Casey. Yes, over gravy. I need some gravy for my biscuit, fool. I told you I want some gravy. He said, you gonna eat your cornbread? I need some gravy for my cornbread. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Oh, but I want to pray for the person that got still snapped. Remember, what was that? It was the Chappelle show when they were doing Dave Chappelle's show when they had the house and everybody was in there. I forgot the name of it. Then they had Charlie Murphy. He was in there. It was like a house that they all had with all of these kids, and they poked up the girl's father. It was crazy. One of them poked up the girl's father. That was bananas. I know you guys know what I'm talking about because some of y'all really know my crazy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That Charlie Murphy scene where it was Dave Chappelle, it was Charlie Murphy, and it was the white girl and Dave Chappelle was like, I ain't gonna lie, I hit it too. But yeah, they poked the dude's pops up like crazy. Let's get back on topic right now. I'm so sorry for getting off course, you guys. We got to get on over to Washington because the DOJ said it receives more than 1 million documents, which could take weeks for them to review. Then come to find out, they're saying it's 5 million documents. Would you guys give us a right number on this?
Survivors, it seems, probably won't see all of the so-called Epstein files made public before the new year, even though the Justice Department was supposed to release them 10 days ago. Now, since that deadline, we've seen the photos, the videos, the audio files, and troves of documents released, but most have been highly redacted. The law signed by the president back in November requires justice to only redact in specific circumstances. Scripps News national correspondent Alex Miller live right now in New York. She has the latest on this. And Alex, how much more information are we likely to see?
We don't exactly know, Del, but we do know that the Justice Department says that they have received more than 1 million new documents that they need to go through. They say this information comes from the Southern District of New York and that it could take weeks to go through and redact that information. And as you mentioned, there are very strict rules on how they are supposed to redact this information. It is supposed
But they have not been playing by the rules.
To protect the victims, protect national security, protect a future pending investigation. But But from what we can tell from the files that we have seen so far, it looks as though the Justice Department has gone far above and beyond that with some of their redactions. They also have to explain their redactions, and we have not really seen that either. Now, these investigations, we do not know how these files, these million documents, have come to the surface, whether how they came to be and why they weren't part of the DOJ's purview at that time. Now, they are from investigations that are roughly 6 years old. We know that Epstein was arrested in 2019. Maxwell was arrested almost a year to the day later. Now, this comes as we have seen 3 major document dumps. As you mentioned, only one of them was by the deadline. The last.
Okay, yeah, we got more. We ain't gonna get stuck on that because that's a little aged right now. Let's keep on moving forward right now because, yeah, like I said, we got more. This is late breaking with Jeffrey Epstein survivors basically decry foul. They like, yo, what's going on with this delay in releasing these files? There's now 5 million, not one. There's 5 million more new documents that they have to redact. Check this out that we heard about.
We are learning there may be millions of documents still to be released from the case against convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. By law, those files were required to be made public nearly 2 weeks ago. CBS's Scott McFarland has the latest.
An attorney for some survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's sex crime says the delay in the release of the Epstein files is a slap in the face for these women. They've been seeking these records for years to determine if anyone else helped enable, fund, or cover up Epstein's crimes. As of tonight, the Department of Justice is nearly 2 weeks late in releasing the case files of federal investigations of Epstein and co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell. Federal law required the release by December 19th. 12 days later, the Department of Justice isn't saying when it'll finish the job. A New York Times report today said approximately 5 million pages must still be processed.
5 million.
CBS News could not independently confirm that number, but a legal team representing survivors says it estimates only 1% of the files have been posted so far. Deputy U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche issued a statement today saying they have all hands on deck, including redacting private victim information. In the meantime, Democratic senators are asking for an internal probe of the department to determine if the law is being broken.
Okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're breaking the law by doing this, or you think that they just added that newfound information? Like, you know what? I'm sorry, guess what? We just found this just to throw a monkey wrench in this situation, just to keep things going. I don't know, but I kind of think they're playing around right now, and I'm tired of the redactions. What we got going on? Brian, good morning. Good morning, Bugatti. That's right. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Happy New Year, my peeps. What's going on? Happy good morning. To Rebecca Lanya and Bueno. Jeff, what's going on? Let's try to stay on topic. You guys, we in this Jeffrey Epstein zone. Just Jeffrey Epstein zone right now. Let's get into at least 10 more people with these conspirators that Jeffrey Epstein files are investigating right now. I know we've been pulling the layers back and finding the names ourselves, but anybody can basically put this together if you're smart enough. I mean,
the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed into law in November, gave the Department of Justice a deadline of December 19th to release all of their documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Since Friday, the DOJ has released batches of Epstein-related materials on what has been described as a rolling basis. In the document dumps were a photo of Epstein with rich and prominent people and celebrities, an image of former President Bill Clinton soaking in a hot tub, and some mentions
Is that Hillary?
Of President Donald Trump. The DOJ posted a statement to X with the release of the December 23rd files that in part said, quote, "Some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false, and if they had a shred of credibility, they certainly would have been weaponized against President Trump already." Barry Levine, author of The Spider, Inside the Criminal Web of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, has been investigating the deceased sex offender since the mid-2000s and joins Forbes True Crime to discuss what he's learned from the materials that have been released so far.
Nah, we good. That was enough. Like I said, we dibble and dabble right now. It's not too much coming out of it. We're going to find out what's going on, and we're going to get up out of there. You guys, I'm getting tired of it too. And thank you so much to the user Mac9189 for the $2 super chat. Happy New Year to you and all peds. You are so right about that. Keep on moving forward right now. We're going to go over to Louisville, Kentucky. We got to get on over to Kentucky because we got these orders that these Kentucky transportations to release records in these driver's license frauds. Guess what, you guys? It was only $200 to get your license in Kentucky. All they had to do was roll up, drop $200, and get the license that they wanted. And you know what? I'm not even going to give up this information. This was a great investigation that these guys did. I'm going to let them do their thing.
A judge ordered the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet to release 2,300 documents to WDRB after finding the state broke open records laws. The documents relate to our investigation into illegal immigrants buying driver's licenses under the table.
WDRB's Gilbert Corsi broke the story in April.
Damn, that audio was terrible.
Interview last summer, and now reveals those licenses went all over the state.
They say time heals all wounds.
I would just like this to be resolved and over.
Alyssa Mormon's still waiting for that day.
It really did destroy my life.
She blew the whistle on a scam allowing non-citizens to get driver's licenses illegally. It happened at the Nia Center branch in Louisville's West End.
There were documents that were being provided that weren't legit.
A fraud with fake documents, no Homeland Security screening, and no driver's test. She says people came in groups and they paid under the table $200 a pop.
There were employees that were using my login as part of this game.
Mormon was a contractor working through a temp agency as a clerk at the branch. She wrote this letter to top brass at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet in October of 2024, and at that time had no idea how far it would go. Newly obtained records show it wasn't just Louisville. Revocation notices went out all across the state. Lexington, E-Town, Bowling Green, Covington, and many cities in between. 1,540 of them were released to WDRB under a court order, but names redacted due to the ongoing criminal investigation.
To our knowledge, all employees involved have been hired through a temp agency and have been terminated.
The documents also throw that statement from the governor into question. We learned 6 people were fired, but it wasn't all temps. Termination notices went to at least 2 state workers. How do we know? This January email from driver's licensing director Christy Walker. It speaks of firing administrative specialist Stanislas Mwenga, saying, quote, this employee is involved and committing fraud found in the current investigation ongoing with KSP in Louisville. Records show specialist Juliana Pumphrey was fired too.
So they was they was basically out in Louisville, Kentucky, in many different parts, selling licenses for $200, y'all. Crazy right there, huh? Thank you so much. Like I said, Martin, who's that? Matthew for the $10 super chat. Good morning and Happy New Year. Let's go on over to Milwaukee now, because we got this man that was accused of something I can't say. But we know how we do it over here. We say meat grinder on slow when you hear what this guy got caught doing. And then we're lucky that the baby is still alive. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I can't say but so much, because what I really want to say in this one, I'm gonna let you guys take care of it in the chat. Let's go over to Milwaukee, where this man was accused of something that was crazy.
Was high and playing video games when he got frustrated and threw his baby against the wall. Today, a Milwaukee man pleaded guilty to child abuse charges. Our Durante Matthews is here with what's next.
Hey Sam, this was all part of a plea deal. 22-year-old Jalen White will now spend the next decade in prison. Prosecutors say he confessed, but today his attorney said he doesn't exactly remember what happened.
My intentions was never to hurt my baby boy. Everything just happened so quick.
A quick decision causing a lifetime of pain.
I want to take full accountability for my wrongs and my actions.
Tuesday, 22-year-old Jalen White pleaded guilty to child abuse and neglecting a child. The child abuse charge originally said he intentionally caused bodily harm, but he pleaded guilty to recklessly causing it.
I made a mistake. My mind was moving fast.
Prosecutors say in November 2024, he threw his 8-month-old son against the wall after he got frustrated playing NBA 2K. Investigators say the baby had a fractured skull and hemorrhaging. Prosecutors say White changed his story multiple times before confessing.
You have one of the most innocent of innocent victims in our community, hurt by the very person who under the law should protect them and keep them safe. The and then attempts to cover up his actions.
So this is the reason I be telling you guys to double tap the screen to get the likes up. YouTube sends up a notification, and then many more people get to see stories like this, because this story is not even getting out there. And there's a lot of people that need to be taken care of right now, because I don't know who they be like letting babysit their kids, homeboy drinking up all the Capri Suns, playing video games or whatever like that, neglecting, because it don't have to be this way. There's other ways to neglect a child. So many more people need to know about this information before it escalates to get to something like this.
White's defense says his memory is fuzzy on the specifics and he panicked.
Mr. White wishes he could tell the court exactly what happened.
He was smoking and he was on perks.
Unfortunately, being under the influence of marijuana and Percocet at the time, we just don't have that.
The baby was initially not expected to survive, but he did. Prosecutors say to this day, the baby has vision issues, is dependent on a feeding tube, and is seeing multiple specialists weekly. Ultimately, the judge sentenced White to 12 years initial confinement and 7 years extended supervision.
The injuries to your son are extraordinarily significant.
Now, today's sentence does include the time White has already served, which adds up to a little more than a year. Sam?
Somebody said if they ever get that determination where they out of there, he gonna be the one. He gonna be on my list. I already see you. I read it. If you ever get terminal, yeah, I know what you're saying. That's gonna be one on the list to take out. Might as well. He going with you. I get you. Now let's get on over to Chicago. I told Chicago we had some stuff for you. We got 3 charged with burglarized shipping containers. They get busy in the Chi-Town out there, y'all. How you think they get all them Jordans? You know what I'm saying? They be waiting for the shipping containers. Them little, I never even knew about this, but it made a lot of sense to me, especially when you see how slow the trains be going. Check this out right here. These guys jumping on the trains and getting busy over here.
High above the Norfolk Southern rail lines that run through Chicago's Inglewood neighborhood, a drone patrolling for cargo thieves spots 3 people riding the moving train just days before Christmas. The Cook County Sheriff's Office say the men broke into a shipping container and threw several packages down to street level. As the men tried to get away, deputies quickly moved in and arrested all 3, identified by police as Marcus Moore, Earl Miller, and Sean Smith. The aerial takedown comes on the heels of a string of 3 bold cargo thefts with ties to Illinois. Over 25,000 pounds of protein powder worth more than $500,000 was recovered from a Bridgeview warehouse. County police say this warehouse in Melrose Park was filled with stolen coffee worth an estimated $100,000. But still unaccounted for is the $400,000 worth of frozen lobster headed for Costco's in Chicago and Minnesota.
Now we've been trying to catch that frozen seafood that was stolen yesterday that we reported, but we forgot to do something, and I want to apologize. We definitely have to pray for the child that was hurt in this tragic event. If I didn't already, we're doing it again, and we want to pray that he gets recovery and tries to get as much as great therapy as possible. Also want to pray for the family and whoever's taking care of that child right now. And also want to make sure that many people get to see stories like this, because one thing that we don't play around with over here is CA. Won't be chills now than abuse news and nobody over here. And we want to say amen to that. Amen, you guys. I apologize. But I had to remember that. Let's keep on going.
There was a criminal or a fraudster who was impersonating a legitimate trucking company.
Chris Burrows is president of a trade organization for the freight and brokerage industry. He says food and drinks are targeted by thieves because unlike high-ticketed items like TVs, they're difficult to track.
This is just part of a massive cargo theft crisis that is hitting our supply chain.
So what they do, jump on the train, and while the train is going like a parasite, they just start siphoning stuff out, throwing it out, and people just run along and pick this stuff up and pick it up and sell it. I guess that's how they do it. It's a great train robbery. They're still doing it in Chicago, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's go. We got more work to do. Thanks for the 300. Let's see if we can get 400 likes, because we got to get on over to the Rio Grande. You guys, when I tell you this story, You ain't gonna like this one either. Because when you get caught, you need to leave it alone. You don't keep on running and you don't do something stupid like this. The Rio Grande, we got a shocking moment where a human smuggler jumps into the Rio Grande with an infant to evade ICE. Yes, he gonna jump inside the Rio Grande. Watch this nonsense. Yes, warning, distressful content. That's right, let's go. A driver in a Ford Explorer led TXDPS troopers on a high-speed pursuit at US 83 in Webb County. The driver and passenger bailed out of the vehicle and attempted to swim across the Rio Grande in Mexico. The passenger who jumped into the river with her infant child, identified as Brenda Castro of Laredo, swam back to the US side and was arrested. The driver, identified as Castro's husband, fled into Mexico and left her ass. Let's keep on going. Now, if that ain't a sucker, I don't know what is. Homeboy said, EMS, every man for himself. Happy New Year.
1080 heading southbound on US 83, passing the 728 mile marker, 28
Now, you don't drive like this when you got your family in the car, when you got kids and stuff like that. You give up, man, because you can hurt your family doing this. And these are some high speeds right here.
Dirt road towards the riverbanks.
So they're going towards the riverbank.
Dirt road towards the riverbank.
Dirt road towards the riverbank. Now they jumped out.
Sálganse, rápido. Venga. Sálganse. Para acá. Dámelo para acá, niño.
Oh, don't try to act all scared now. You try to jump in the water with the baby. You can lock your ass up for that.
Usted también, véngase, no se vaya a apoyar, se va a ahogar.
Tengo fuerzas. Señora, véngase para acá, señora. No se va a hundir. Véngase para acá. Yo más, véngase para acá.
Mira, ya se lo está llevando la corriente.
Mira cómo va el otro.
Mira cómo salga, ya se lo está llevando la corriente.
See, she don't want to come out the water.
Véngase para acá.
Dame niño.
Give me the kid. Give me the kid. Dame niño. You dumbass. Look at this.
I can't believe you tried to run back with a baby. You could both be gonna drown. Get back. Get back. Get back.
Brenda Castro, Laredo, Texas, smuggling of a person ×5 and endangering a child. So she was down with some snuggling going on, huh? Got Brenda locked up and she ain't getting no time out. Watch your head. Yeah, Brenda. And bringing your child to do some nonsense like that, that was stupid. Let's keep on moving forward to Seattle, where we got this felon that escapes the Pierce County courtroom, and this man was a fool. He really thought he was going to get out of there, but guess what? I'm going to just say it like this. If anybody deserved to be in jail after you hear these charges, y'all going to agree that this fool deserves to be in jail. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get these likes up. If you have not subscribed to the channel, let's go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become a member, because we got that heat, y'all. This is what we do every single morning. #1 show on YouTube and the #1 chat and the #1 co-host. That right there, whoever y'all see in there, that's my peoples right there. Couldn't do it without them, because if I did, they'd be knocking on the door calling me crazy. This guy is in the house. Been talking to herself for hours. That's right. I got to do it with you guys because I'll be looking like a thunder. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's get on to this fool here.
It's a courtroom in Pierce County, and now we're getting a look at how sheriff's deputies reacted.
Video shows a deputy taking down 36-year-old Andy Hu Wing. You see it right there after he just fled a courtroom, and it happened back on the morning of December 23rd.
The courthouse, they was like, yeah, well, take him into custody. He like this, doom, 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 doom. He tried to walk out the door. They was like, nah, come in for a minute. Then they tried to do the spin on him, caught him. Boom, get on the ground with your fake red bottoms on. Come on.
13's A.J. Janaville. He's outside the Pierce County Courthouse with more information on Hu Wing's crimes.
Court documents that I got my hands on say that this convicted felon had a history of tormenting and torturing his girlfriend, including locking her in a dog kennel for hours.
Okay, turn around. Call my brother. Okay, I'll get you that. Put your hand in that.
If he had gotten through that threshold and exited off of the second story, he would have escaped. And this is somebody that just got charged with several felonies, significant felonies.
Deputy Carly Capetto tells me Andy Hu Wing fled court after finding out a judge found him guilty of multiple crimes, including assault with a weapon and several kidnapping-related charges.
All you needed was that cartoon noise that go. That was that, them slick bottom, them fake red bottoms. He was trying to get some precision on the ground, but it wasn't working. So his feet was moving like a cartoon character, where it's like, but they wasn't going nowhere. So that's why he was able to get taken down that way. And for the charges and the stuff that he did, he deserved it.
Court documents I obtained said Hu Wing pulled a gun on a woman that he used to date back in December of 2024 when she was trying to get her stuff out of his place. Through the investigation, detectives found out there had been other incidents. In October of 2024, the victim said Hu Wing locked her in a dog kennel for more than 4 hours, poured cold water on her, used a leaf blower on her, and said degrading things to her.
These are felony charges. It's likely that he could spend a very long time in jail or prison.
Capetto tells me things could have gone much worse if Hu Wing escaped.
Our deputies here are specifically designed.
And yes, I'm going there because he did it to y'all. He did it to y'all. The fool got on tube socks. He went back to the early 80s, the late 80s / early 90s and got the fucking tube socks on with the cartoon shoes on with the fake red bottoms, y'all. Y'all see them tube socks he got on. And I swear to God, I guarantee you, he think he crushing a building right now. He think that outfit is it. I'm going to court right now. I'm gonna put my vest on, put these tube socks on with these red bottom shoes. I'm killing it right now. Yeah, you sure are. Any roach that's in any way next to you, you can damn sure kill a roach, but you ain't killing no style over here looking like that. Let's keep on moving forward.
For these types of situations and to keep our judges and our staff and the county building safe.
Now, Hu Wing faces even more crimes.
And it was a rough one, too. You see here, they had to push him up against the concrete on the wall. His neck was by the end. Get over here. He tried to make me run. Get over here.
He was given an escape charge and an addition of resisting arrest charge as well that were tacked on to his felony charges.
All right, if anybody don't believe me, look it up right now in Google. You get 7 years for trying to escape. That's right. Look it up. Don't believe me. Because there's been a couple of times where your boy was like this going in, and I'm like, what if I just... And the dude next to me be like, yo, man, you get 7 years or some shit like that. Like, for real? I think I'll just go through the system and just come on out. Yeah, you get 7 years in New York if you try to escape. Look it up. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'd like to know if they've modified that law or if it's even the truth. How much time do you get if you try to escape? I mean, let me find out about that. Immigration agent detained workers at a popular place where? Near a Home Depot. You know how you have people out there at the Home Depot trying to find work? You got the day laborers. They go stand in the road and they say, hey, I'm available for work. You got the trucks that pull up. I need 3 guys. You know what I'm talking about, right? Well, guess who else is going over there? Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Get them! That's right. They hanging out by the Home Depot and they running up on any laborers trying to get some work. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Check this out. They ain't playing no more out there.
Workers near a Mountain View Home Depot targeted by immigration enforcement. At least one arrest was caught on camera. Now, it all happened yesterday morning. Today, ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo spoke with witnesses who say this was not the first time immigration officers have targeted this location.
This area is just off of Imperial Avenue. It's right across the street from this Home Depot. On any given day, I'm told there could be 50 to 60 workers hoping to get hired for a day job. Today, there was only a handful. Show your face! This was one of several arrests made Monday near the Home Depot on Imperial Avenue. Witnesses tell me it all happened before noon when several agents showed up in the area. I asked ICE how many people were detained during their operation, but they haven't answered. Workers tell me it was at least 10 to 12 people. Wilson is from Haiti. He was afraid to show his face on camera, but says he was inside the Home Depot when he walked out and saw people being taken away in unmarked cars. The area just off of Imperial, he says, is a spot where workers often show up early, dozens at a time, and wait for people to stop by and hire them for day jobs. Wilson showed me his work permit, valid until 2026. Still, he says he's worried about getting detained, but says he has no choice but to work to pay his bills. Alberto, who's from Mexico, says immigration officers also showed up Sunday, taking 6 to 7 people.
Get him out of here. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Got him. Let's keep on moving forward over to Peru, where this deadly train crash near Macaparichi shocks Peru, and one person lost their lives and many people got injured. Yes, Peru. We go all over the world. We don't just make this stuff up. I told you, we go everywhere. You never know where something's going to happen, especially news like this.
Please go ahead. Video obtained by Reuters shows passengers evacuating a train after a collision on the railway to Peru's Machu Picchu on Tuesday. A train driver was reportedly killed in the collision, and dozens were left injured. Photographs showed hurt passengers being put on a stretcher. Officials said about 20 people were in relatively serious condition. After rescuers arrived at the site, injured passengers were transferred to an ambulance, while other passengers moved to safety. The crash between Inca Rail and Peru Rail trains is now under police investigation. Machu Picchu is the Andean nation's top tourist site, drawing well over 1 million visitors each year. The cause of the collision remains unclear. Tenemos otra persona también. Mira, ahí estamos viendo precisamente también. Mira.
Oh God, look at that. The head was bleeding.
Aquí está con todo.
The head wrap, because the head was bleeding.
Son amigos que todos están siendo trasladados inmediatamente en estos instantes.
So it looks like they got anybody who can help out or any sort of medical help that they can have out there to try to come out and treat those people. I definitely want to pray for the person that lost their life in this tragic event and anyone who else was hurt, that please come through this with flying colors when it comes down to your recovery. We want to ask that today. Amen. Terrible situation, but guess what? It's people, it's human beings, and we show love for everybody on this show. Let's keep on moving forward to, and if I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. And I say that more than any other time, because if you can make it in New York now, under the authority of Kathy Joku Hoku and people like Zorhan Mom Dummy, you're going to be able to make it anyway. I'm serious about that. We got this situation right now in Brooklyn where the crackdown has begun. Watch as police start to arrest fare evaders. You're talking about some real privileged people here. They're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean you're arresting me? I mean, everybody else walks through the train. Now, how come I'm getting arrested? Guess what, you guys? They tired of people hopping the train, and they showing it. Let's get on over to Brooklyn real quick, where it's now $3 in a minute to take that Omni card because there's no Metro card anymore. It was laid to rest as of yesterday. There's the new Omni card now. And if you're caught without the Omni card, you're gonna have a problem. Let's keep on moving forward to this story. Breaking news, not about the heads getting caught in the doors anymore. Now it's about people getting locked up. And I don't know if they're gonna get out if they got a warrant. Watch your head.
Brooklyn and Michelle, you actually rode the subway with the NYPD. What are they saying about this tactic and if it's working or not?
Natasha, it is working. Last night they made a couple of arrests and they're waiting to see what the larger impact is. But it's not necessarily fare evasion that the NYPD is targeting. They say the people that are committing the crimes down here, most of the crimes down here aren't paying their fares.
Like the homeless people, the people that's going crazy, they just hopping, going through the door, bothering people. I gotta be honest with you, it is most of those people, because the people that's paying their fare, they're not down there to bother nobody. They're going to and fro to do business or whatever.
They're then going on to burden the commuters, prey on the commuters, commit violent offenses, and then go on to create lawlessness throughout the transit system.
That's true. That's true.
One after another after another. With the dozens of fare beaters, our cameras caught jumping the turnstile or walking through the emergency exit to avoid paying, you'd almost think the subway is free. But no.
You see how homeboy look like this? He's like that. He's like that. I don't know if I want to go through. I see Popo over there. Yo, police down here? How many times you ever heard that if you're a New Yorker? Yo, 5-0 down here? I'd be like this. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. 5-0 down here?
Not paying still comes at a cost, especially for this man. Plainclothes officers arrest him at the Utica Avenue station after saying he had a bench warrant for a robbery in Queens in November. The NYPD is on the lookout for fare evaders because they say it prevents violent crimes from happening. The city has bigger fish to fry.
You do not want to be that dude pulled to the side with all of them people walking by and they're like, yeah, come in for a minute, please. Oh, let me see your identification. And if you got some warrants or they see that you ain't paid something that you did before, locked up, and I don't know if you're getting out. Watch your head. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got to warn the people about what's going on. You better pay your fare.
When it comes to, fare evasion and fare beaters, this particularly goes beyond that.
Right. As I just told the team that's going out there today, it may look like a low-level crime, and it may start out that way. But reducing the amount of people who come into the system without paying is ultimately reducing felony crime. Because these are going to be the people who are going to have guns. They're going to have...
Now, you guys see him? He's walking with a 2x4. Whole face is swollen from getting into it. Blood, Blill's nut and everything. He just walking like Jason in the train station. Yeah, he don't need to be down there.
Knives. They're going to push people on the tracks.
They're looking for transit recidivists, those who repeatedly commit crimes in the transit system. And chances are the NYPD...
All right, y'all. Y'all see him. Y'all see him now. Don't say I ain't showing you. Her right there with the essential shirt on. You got homeboy over there with the bat. Oh, I think they. Oh no, that's not. Oh, he's a detective. Oh, he got the camera on him, y'all. Okay, they doing it with the Grubhub bags and everything like that, acting like messengers and food delivery people. Okay, she got her Gucci bag, so she trying to blend in. All right, y'all, we got homie over there. You already know he 5-0. Don't even think about going if he over there.
He says they're not paying their fare before committing the crime.
We recover multiple firearms from engaging individuals for theft of service. On top of that, we encounter hundreds of people with active warrants.
Of the 3 people arrested Thursday night, all had warrants. Once a person jumps the turnstile, police will then look them up on their phone to see if they have a criminal history, which is happening right now, and he is being arrested. From the palm of their hands, police run the person's name through the system and are immediately notified if they're dealing with a recidivist. The NYPD says it's not looking to single out riders who can't afford to pay. This man who was nabbed was sporting a Montclair jacket and Gucci bag, a designer outfit worth a few $1,000s. But by not paying the $2.90 fare, he put himself in the spotlight.
I wouldn't say that so fast if I were them. This is one point when I got to tell you guys that I'm glad the fact that I know the news a little better than some other people, because they do have knockoff Montclairs, and they have knockoff Gucci bags. And you guys know where to get them. I'm not going to tell you where to go because I ain't going to try to get in no trouble. But don't let your eyes fool you, because boy, oh boy, can we lay it on if we want to make it look like we got all types of funny, all types of expensive looking stuff around here. So don't even go for that one. That's called the Sean Ye right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just because he got a Montclair on and he got a Gucci bag does not mean that he's got a lot of money. First of all, what are you doing in a train station if you got a lot of money? That's the first thing. Because if I had a Montclair, big money and whatever like that, Gucci bag bread or whatever like that, brother, I ain't getting on no train. And I especially ain't going to be having no cheap old hoodie up under that jacket like that anyway. You got to look at the other garments, and you look at them sneakers too. See how turned over they was. Thank you very much. He got that jacket from Canal Street with that bag. Exactly, chat. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's keep on moving forward. We got to get on over to Richton Park in Illinois, as this son was charged with the murder in connection to the boyfriend and the mother inside the park, inside the apartment. Told you guys many times, I can let family go, just like Teddy Pendergrass says. I think you need to let them go. That's right, especially if they're going to be harmful to me or my well-being. Sometimes you got to let people go. But a lot of people out here, oh no, that's my family member, even if you know they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We've been talking about this for a while. And because of things like this, a lot of our family members get hurt. We got to stop being so concerned about people having somewhere to stay and worry about ourselves too.
We're following breaking news at 10. Charges are announced as police in South Suburban Richton Park are investigating the murder of 2 people in an apartment.
Investigators say the victims died from gunshot wounds. WGN's Angelica Sanchez tells us the son of one of the victims is now in police custody.
See that there?
That's right. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office confirming the adult son of the female victim in this investigation is being detained. He's been identified as Javante Morris. We've also learned the victim's 4-year-old granddaughter was home at the time of the shooting. Neighbors we spoke with are left stunned by what's happened.
See there?
People shouldn't go about killing people no matter what. No matter what. People shouldn't take lives.
Neighbors who rather not be identified share their reaction to the murders of 2 people at an apartment in the 22500 block of Jackson Court in Richton Park.
It was loud. My window is over there. It was loud. It was loud. I heard screams.
Richton Park police say officers responded to the apartment following calls of shots fired. They located a man and a woman inside a unit. Both were deceased.
She was a good lady. She was real sweet.
The victims have been identified as 45-year-old Marcus Jones and 38-year-old Nivea Phillips. A sibling of Jones shared this photo of him with us. We learned he was a father of 2 who loved his children. We've also learned Phillips was a mother who loved her son. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office confirms Phillips' adult son is in custody and even called police to report the shooting, but did not identify himself as the shooter. He was found by police at a nearby street.
I don't want to say too much, out of respect, for the family, but it was sad,
First responders also located a small child inside the unit who was not injured. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office said the 4-year-old child was present during the shooting and was identified as Morris's daughter.
Terrible.
Authorities said the child was hiding under a table near her toy boxes when police arrived. During an interview, the child said her father shot and killed Jones and Phillips.
May their souls rest in peace, and I hope the killer's found. I hope justice is served.
Now, the child in this incident was released to a parent at the police station. We are waiting to hear more about the specific charges Morris is facing. The investigation is still active, and police say a gun was recovered from the scene.
Yeah, trying to help them out, trying to give them a place to stay, especially when you know they're a little cuckoo, whatever like that. No, sorry. Matter of fact, don't even want him to know where I live at. Call me what you want. She still be alive. All that, oh, but it's family. Here to get you on alive, because I'm going to tell you like this. Sometimes family will do you worse than an enemy or somebody that you don't know. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's get on over to Connecticut. This is a chaotic video right here that shows family of an East Haven stills nabbing case. This is crazy right here. This is bananas right here. Shouts, shoving, and they had to have all of the court officers stand up. They had to bring extra court officers in for this situation right here because of what this piece of crap did. Check this out.
I read Nelson Black, appointed public defender.
Yes, sir.
All right, the public defender is appointed.
And he still got the Blills nud on him from what he did because they took his clothes. The family's at court right there. Like I don't know what that is on his shirt, but this is an arraignment, and basically they're listening to what he did to their family member, his girlfriend, child's mother, their sister, aunt, family member. They're talking about what he did to her.
Commissioner's recommendation? I will indicate, first of all, it's an on-site arrest. I did read through the report, and I can clearly make a finding of probable cause for the crimes, including the crime of murder.
Your Honor, he has no criminal history. He is 21 years old. He is a lifelong resident. He reports that he is gainfully employed. He does report substance abuse and mental health issues. I do understand that he has no record. However, due to the nature of allegations, we will be recommending $1 million.
How much?
$1 million.
Thank you. State.
Got a $1 million bail recommendation. I'm going to tell you exactly what he did. He still nabbed the girl, the baby's mother, 9 times. 9 times. And once the family hears about it, they start breaking down even more as they describe what he did.
Your Honor, in this incident, the defendant is charged with murder. The defendant called police, said that he had stabbed the victim. He further said that it was a couple of times. When officers arrived, he refused to open the door and threatened the officers that he could stab them if they entered.
When the police arrived, he refused to open the door and he told them if they come in, he gonna still nab them.
There was a 3-year-old child present for this incident. The defendant fought with officers, and the victim suffered 9 deep puncture wounds.
When they heard the victim had 9 deep puncture wounds, the family just was so distraught. You heard them break out right there.
Counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. As stated by bail, Mr. Black is 21 years old, grew up in Camden, Connecticut, has been a native of our state his entire life. He attended school, graduated from ACES, and as stated, he has no criminal record.
He's saying he's 21, he graduated from school, he has no prior record. Now he starts crying.
Your Honor, Mr. Black is truly a product of his environment, his upbringing. His background consists mostly of depending on state benefits, grew up in foster care, multiple ineffective
Grew up in foster care, lived on state benefits.
DCF involvements. Lack of guidance and support led Mr. Black down a trail of mental health issues. He has multiple diagnoses, including PTSD.
Multiple diagnoses of PTSD.
Multiple stays in inpatient services, outpatient services, and many prior suicide attempts. Even though
multiple suicide attempts, suicide attempts.
Through all this turmoil in his life, he was trying. Prior to this incident, he was working part-time in Wallingford as a flagger. He had recently completed programs of treatment and was doing well. Mr. Black is also extremely remorseful for this incident. We ask that you take that into consideration when setting the bond for Mr. Black.
Well, he is 21 years of age. I guess he does not have any previous record, is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
I mean, obviously, I read through the report. I know he's emotional right now, but it's a very disturbing report to read when people are calling the police, indicating someone is screaming and asking or requesting help, and then he called actually the police and indicated, quote, "I just stabbed my bitch."
He called the police himself and indicated, quote, "I just still nabbed my bitch." They read that in the transcript.
Close quote. The police were able to get the child, I guess, out through a window, the 3-year-old. He finally let the police in, according to the report.
They finally was able to get the child through a window after he finally let the police in.
And I believe the defendant, even out at the station, did not disagree. She was calling the police because he had made an oral threat. And as a result of her attempting to call the police is when he admits that he took out a knife and he did stab her. It does indicate, as the state said, that it looks like there were a number of numerous wounds.
We're gonna keep on going on with this case. There was other coverage that I could have shown you guys where reporters were basically announcing and saying what was going on. I'd rather use that one because it was actually in court, had the people in the background. I had no problem myself with narrating what was going on and let you guys see what was really happening in that court case right there. Because the family, all you heard in the background was crying and stuff like that. Wanted you guys to see what was really going on with that. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. This is our bottom line. Let's keep on going. Double tap that screen to get those likes up because it's not over. It ain't over. Thought you ain't like the beat. Party ain't over. And guess what? Before we get into all of that, I like to pray. That's right. We got to pray. We want to pray for the person that was still nabbed 9 times in this situation and that lost their lives in this tragic event. We want to pray for the family. Let's give them strength and let's get them resolved to get through this tragic event. And let's hope that the proper person is brought to justice, and we already know who that is. Amen. Thank you, guys. Let's keep on moving forward to Orlando. We got missing children that were found with registered 6 offenders. They got scared and they did the unthinkable. This 6th offender was driving in a car with 2 young minors, males. They got nervous, and what they did afterward, I can't really blame them for it, but they were also brought up on charges. I have to let them say what happened here because this is very graphic, you guys. When I say graphic, graphic.
Bystander speaks up, leading to 2 people being put in cuffs, one of them just 15 years old.
Yeah, started at his traffic stop and ended with a chase, and has a missing child with their family back home for the new year. Fox 35's Larissa Leone joins us live. So Larissa, what do we know about the 2 people who were arrested here?
Well, John, so far we know that Flagler County deputies say that a 6-year-old was arrested and a 15-year-old boy was also arrested. But there is still a lot we do not know about this case. But this is what they tell me thus far.
60-year-old and a 15-year-old. She made a mistake because there was a 6-year-old in the car.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back. Hell no, I'm running with these fishing galoshes on, and I'm gonna fall about the time I get to the front of my car.
Flagler County Chief Deputy Joe Barilli says around 7 a.m. on December 31st, Flagler County stopped this white Ford F-150 on U.S. Highway 1 near Whiteview Drive. During the stop, you can see deputies identifying this driver as 60-year-old Darnell Hairston, along with 2 juvenile passengers in the vehicle.
The reporting party stated that there was a vehicle that possibly had a missing juvenile in it.
When deputies asked the drivers to exit the vehicle for questioning, you can see Hairston running away, tripping into the roadway. Officers then working to get him into custody, and Hairston attempting to grab a deputy's gun. After that, the 15-year-old did the unexpected.
The other juvenile entered the driver's seat of the truck that was pulled over and fled the scene, almost running over the deputies that were securing Hairston on the ground.
After placing Harrison in custody, deputies then chased after the 15-year-old, and just as they neared the Putnam County line,
we had one of our units go around the suspect vehicle, go in front of it, and attempt to slow it down, kind of as a rolling roadblock. He was driving very reckless. At times, it looked to be intentionally driving in the path of oncoming traffic. So deputy got in front, positioned himself in the right lane of travel. That's when the driver of the truck went into the left lane, appearing to attempt to pass the patrol car, but then at some point he ended up just turning the wheel as hard as he can, and you can see pretty clear in the video, and strike our deputy's patrol car, which caused both of them to crash.
After the teen exits the vehicle, deputies quickly arrest him. During all of this, a second deputy lost control of his patrol car and hit an automotive repair building. Those deputies were treated for minor injuries and are expected to be okay. Deputies arrested Hairston for resisting an officer with violence and attempting to deprive a law enforcement officer of their firearm. The 15-year-old teen is also facing several charges.
Yeah, he took himself out. I gotta say something about this because this has nothing crazy going on. It just had to do with the driving. I'm gonna just tell you something about them soup coolers that she's holding on to right there. It looked like it was like somebody drew them joints on. We call those soup coolers. Her lips are so big. You have a cup of soup. You go like this. You pick it up. One blow. You're gonna have icicles on that sucker. She got some soup coolers on her, boy.
There certainly are a lot of unanswered questions about this case, one of them being the Hairston's relationship between the juvenile as well as that 15-year-old who was arrested. Once we know more, we of course will update you. Loris Leon, Fox 35 News.
Loris Leon, me and my lips, signing off. Fox 5 News. We'll talk to you guys later. Back to you at the office, guys. We got to keep on moving forward to the Bay. Oi! Damn you! Son of a bitch! How dare you try to squat here? You heard me. You're not supposed to be living here. I told you. I have my master. He told me to tell you. You have to leave his property. You know why I did that, you guys? Because, of course, we love Saturday morning kung fu, but we also love when they do the wrong sorts of edits, and we also love people like this guy that started his own business. You know what he said? So you can't get these squatters out of your house. You're having a problem getting them out. I got an idea. How about I come over there with my sword of omens? Give me squatters beyond squatters. Help me find how to get them out of here. Yes, this fool is offering swords in order to get people from staying in your house. If you got a squatter staying in your house, you can have this man come over to your house and scare the hell out of them and get them out of there with this sword. That's right, you guys. Y'all think I'm playing around? It's not a game. He's got insurance. It costs $10,000, and he's 95% effective to get those squatters off your property. Let's go, you guys. Don't try to steal his business model. Let's get into it. Let's go.
In the Bay Area, offering help with removing squatters from properties, and they're doing it by using swords. ASAP Squatter Removal's CEO says the company has a 95% success rate. Crown 4's Rob Nesbitt reports on how they do it.
It sounds like an intense way to remove a squatter. Go in with a samurai sword and scare the squatters out. But the CEO of the company offering this service says it's more complicated than that.
Diagonals to the side.
James Jacobs has been trained in martial arts for 15 years, showing me what's called a trainer blade. It would be illegal to have a real blade in public, but Jacobs started his company, ASAP Squatter Removal, to use real swords to clear squatters from properties.
This fool company name is ASAP Squatter Removal.
The CEO says surveillance is done first to pre-approve clients and make sure the squatters are illegally on a property. After that's established, a process called breach and clear is done.
Breaching is breaking into the property, and then clearing is actively going through the rooms and making sure there's no active threat.
According to Jacobs, Lisa...
Could you imagine you in there sleep? This nigga come busting through the window. Ha! You like, leaving everything. You looking like Dagwood Bumstead through the wall, like a cartoon, like Fred Flintstone or something.
Agreements are signed between him and the property owners to allow his team to go in and remove squatters. And it's not just samurai swords used.
AR-15s, we have M590, shotguns.
He's been in the work of removing squatters for 7 years and says it's a completely legal process. I talked with Cron 4 legal analyst Stephen Clark, who says that might be the case, but that the tactics used to remove someone from a property could lead to a criminal liability.
The samurai sword is a deadly weapon, and if there was a confrontation with a tenant or someone overstaying on the property, and that samurai sword was used to inflict injury, that could result in a criminal prosecution.
Clark recommends going through law enforcement and the court process required to remove someone from the property.
He like, hell with all that. I'm gonna come through with the sword of omens. Get the hell out of these people's house.
Jacobs disagrees, saying he's well aware of the risks, which is why he takes precautions to avoid legal battles down the road.
I have a $1 million insurance policy. I have an in-house attorney. Heck, people make wrongful claims against my business all the time just to try and get money.
The cost of removing a squatter from your property using ASAP Squatter Removal starts at $10,000.
Hey, y'all, it might cost you less because they might be in there doing all sorts of crime, busting out all the pipes, messing up all the construction. I'd rather go ahead and give it to ASAP. Like, yo, if y'all can guarantee, go ahead and get them out of there. With the sword of omens, get the hell out of these people's house. Oh my God, we got to get on over to Georgia where the Buddhist monks stop in Decatur. And they're showing some love over there to Decatur, showing some prayers and giving out some love.
This is captivating people all over Metro Atlanta as they make their way along a historic 300-mile journey. Tonight, the monks stopped in Decatur for a peace rally.
Fox 5's Larry Sproul is live in Decatur tonight. Larry, once again, another huge crowd tonight.
Yeah, Russ, there were about 2,000 people who gathered right here inside of this center here in Decatur. Now, people came out to support the 19 Buddhist monks in their fight for peace.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tuesday, the 19 Buddhist monks crisscrossed all around DeKalb County. Fox 5 cameras were there recording each and every step of their trek for peace.
I just feel in my heart that this walk is truly what they say that it is. A walk of love, a walk of peace, and a walk of unity for the nation.
The 19 Buddhist monks started their 2,300-mile spiritual and patriotic journey more than 2 months ago in Fort Worth, Texas. They're heading to Washington, D.C., but not before making a pit stop in Decatur for a peace rally Tuesday night. Thousands packed the Beacon Municipal Complex Tuesday night to see and hear the monks.
We all are needing the same thing, and that's peace and love. I'm not sure what has happened to the United States.
This right now, a lot of things chaotic, and just hearing something that is positive and not negative is much needed.
I don't know much about the monks. I'm Christian myself, but I just thought it would be great to come out here and kind of get a different perspective on things.
Many waiting all day for this very moment.
What about the Buddhist dogs? I seen one little pup out there limping. He been walking for a while. You see the one with the white? The white one was walking like this. Man, if y'all don't put that dog in the cart after a while, he ain't asked to be out there. Y'all want to walk. Y'all can let him walk sometime, but y'all need to get a cart to make that dog walking all the way out there like that. Now, guess what? You guys like heights. I already told you, I ain't messing around with no heights but Washington Heights. I would never do what these skiers are doing when they coming down the Alpines here. Because I'm going to tell you like this, I think they kind of crazy. This here, I don't know if I would do something like this, you guys. Check out this drone footage right here. Now, I know I got a lot of daredevils in my comments. I got a lot of family members that are daredevils. I know 2 people. I guarantee you, if I showed them this, they'd be like, yeah, I'd do it. And I ain't going to lie, I like driving motorcycles. But the only thing with me is catching a spill if I fall off of this thing. Watch this craziness right here. How many people in the chat would do this? I'm going to be watching the chat. If you do it, thumbs up. If you wouldn't do it, thumbs down. Let's go. If you do it, thumbs up. If you would do this, thumbs down. We got drone footage right here. And these guys are crazy. They might as well be Skywalkers. Alpine Mountains. Unbelievable drone footage captured of speed racers racing down the Alpine Mountains. Would you do this? Now, I'm surely not going to be doing it against the earth. Maybe the snow, but against the dirt and the earth? I don't know about that. Okay, we got a lot of thumbs up. We got thumbs down. Look at over here. Red said, anything that looks unsafe, I'm not doing. That's a bit active, says get Victor. Heights, I'm not, night for me. I'm not going to die. Thumbs down, hell no. Nope. Double hockey sticks, no. Okay, Mike said he'll do it. Look at that. She's just missing like the ground and trees. Look at this. Oh no. Oh, it's like she's threading the needle. Oh no, I don't know if I would be doing something like that, but I know what I'll be doing. I'll be trying to get to those comments so I can make some money. Because on this New Year's Day, you guys can make up to $440 if you guys go to the link in the description. That's right. You guys go in the link in the description and fill out some surveys. You'll make up to $440 and I'll make some money too. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. We're here every single morning at 6 o'clock. You guys know what it is. And coming up, now that the holidays are over, we're gonna get right back in the pocket. We're gonna come back into the streets. We're gonna come back into the liquor stores and all of our locations for what? The Show Your Talent search. That's talent search that we're still doing. That's right, well off into 2026 with my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. What do? We pull up to the locations. We do a tasting with Big Drip Hard Punch. That's why you got to be 21 and older. And Big Drip is sponsoring the Show Your Talent search. That's right. And I'm the host, your boy Bugatti NYC. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, for the Big Drip Talent search. We're looking for talented people that we can give $250 to in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, all 5 boroughs. That's right, you guys. But guess what? We have now opened up the Show Your Talent search for everybody. As long as you're on our channel, and if you're live when we're live, you can press that button to go live with us. And guess what? You can show us your talent, and you, boom, will maybe be able to make $250 as well, no matter where you're at. That's right. We're including everybody. So the next time you guys see us having an event, go ahead and hit that button. You can show us your talent, and if you win, boom, $250 to you. After we find 5 winners, 5 different locations, we bring everybody together in one location, and that one winner will walk away with $1,000. That's right, you guys. You see it right there. It's the Show Your Talent search. Anybody want to be a part of this talent search? www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's 2 G's, 2 P's. I guess I like doubles. Took the carbonation out because we ain't cutting for the bubbles. That's right, you guys. That's what it is. It's my favorite day because what? It's our anniversary. Yeah, we made it a whole calendar year of never missing a day. Never putting it down lightly, and always putting that work in. No matter if we had bad audio, no matter what we came through, we did what we had to do, and we're doing nothing but growing. As a brief, just to let you guys know, we've had people in here yesterday working on what? Turning that video screen around, and we may be going into the green screen room once we get everything set up. So yes, we're working on it to improve the show, to go into the next year with video that you guys can actually read. We're going to be using a platform, but we'll let you guys know as soon as we get it going. You guys will be the first ones to know. With that being said, I want to say thank you so much to Miss Swanza for the $9.99 super chat. Everyone have a wonderful day, she says, and stay safe, Bugatti. Get them! That's right, you guys. And you know what I'm about to do, right? I got to say y'all prayers for the new year. I want to pray for Miss Swanza. I'd love to pray for liberty and justice, as well as Casey, as well as Mark Dorfman, Tyson. Who else we got up in the building? Nikki, Lauda, Luigi, Terry, Brian, Jay Woods, and also Jeffrey Spilker, Batty Lynn, Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, Casey, who's that over there? Kendra Walker. Can't forget Batty Lynn out there in D-Town, and all of our people that have been with us since day one. That's right, who's that? Sam Champion and Luigi as well, and much, much more, you guys. Amen. You guys, couldn't do it without you, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me on New Year's for our New Year's full circle around the globe, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, till Thursday, you guys know what it is. I mean, wait a minute. Until, my bad. Tomorrow is Friday. That's right. Doom, doom, just got paid. Doom, doom, Friday night. Hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday. Stay safe, healthy until 6 o'clock in the morning. Y'all know what it is. Our bottom line. See you guys later.